Pressure makes diamonds, and Georgie and Gigi Geyer is a true gem. She traveled the world, entered enemy compounds, interviewed dictators, and always met the deadlines set for her stories.
The island was not big enough for him and Che Guevara, and so they agreed that Che would go to Bolivia, and there were terrible fights. I traced this 48 hours of just screaming and yelling at each other. And then Che went to Bolivia in an absolutely hopeless guerrilla fight, in which he should have known better. And Fidel just cut him off 6 months before he died. No communications, no aid, no food. Left Che Guevara wandering with 20 to 30 people in this high jungle. I went up there and traced it afterwards. They didn't even have shoes. And I traced how Fidel did this to every single one of the people who were closest to him. The amazing thing is that for 30 years, the world has thought it really knew Fidel Castro. He had reformed a corrupt Cuba. He was the hero of the world, of the United States for a long time. The amazing thing is that 30 years later, nobody knows Fidel Castro at all.
Gigi's voice was silenced by tongue cancer in 2007, but it didn't stop her. Gigi continued to write her syndicated column. It was the work that stimulated Gigi. Despite the loss of her speech, in 2009, she received the Daniel Pearl Award, named after the Wall Street Journal correspondent who was killed in the Middle East. It was awarded to her by the Chicago Journalists Association. In awarding it to her, the association noted the spirit, courage, and depth of her work. In 2011, her 11th book, Predicting the Unthinkable, Anticipating the Impossible, was published. It was a compilation of Miss Geyer's columns since the fall of the Eastern Bloc in the 1980s. Gigi, a woman in a man's world, became the first female foreign correspondent. She was self-reliant, driven to get the truth, and no stranger to pressure. Still, the awards continued to come in. In 2012, Gigi was nominated for a Pulitzer Lifetime Achievement Award and also received an honorary master's degree from Dominican University in River Forest, Illinois, where she gave her first commencement address for then Rosary College in 1976. The Drake Hotel, where Gigi often stayed, placed her photo in the celebrity guest gallery, and Cub star Ernie Banks was master of ceremonies. In 2016, Dominican University created the Georgie and Geyer Initiative, a lecture series and scholarship to encourage students to enter the world of foreign correspondency. Network correspondent Marvin Kalb was the first speaker in the series.
I am absolutely delighted to be here tonight. And I am delighted to be here tonight because this is a night where we honor Gigi Geyer. And we also honor the university that has the sense to come up with an initiative of this sort at a time when the need for a good foreign correspondent is obvious to anyone who picks up a newspaper or listens to any network news program.
Gigi's voice, often heard and seen on network news programs, was silenced by tongue cancer this decade. It didn't stop her. Gigi continued to write her syndicated column. Pressure and strength created this wonder, this gem of a journalist. Now, Chicago author Geraldine Kolarek, a friend of Gigi's, has written a one-woman play about the incredible life of Georgie Ann Geyer. Its title is quite fitting, Our Man in Havana is a girl